Hey folks, welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review. Tonight, we're going to go visit the Black Abbey Brewing Company, and we're going to try their pub ale out of Nashville, Tennessee. Stick around.
Black Abbey Pub Ale, Black Abbey Pub Ale. Raise it up high, let the whole room wail. Black Abbey Pub Ale, Black Abbey Pub Ale. Bit of malt on my tongue and a clean dark tail.
Hey there, welcome back to another edition of Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer that we are drinking and reviewing. The band is back together. There's Jay, there's Andy in the attic. I'm Ben. What are we drinking today?
We're going to have the pub ale.
Should have said
Black
that all with a
Abbey,
British accent.
Black Abbey Brewing. It's supposed to be a bitter.
All right.
Andy's going to tell us all about it. Seems deep into contemplation and thought.
I was just doing some last minute research that I intended to do, and I did the first minute research. Yes. Yeah. Nice color.
Reminds me of the fraternity we were in. Old
That
say.
smell? Does it bring you back home?
Not the smell, the last minute.
I was just going to say, does the smell remind you of like the hallway or the stairwell? I mean, you know, that stale beer.
It's good beer.
No, we did not.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. It's just funny. Would this be an extra special bitter, Andy?
Yes, it is an ESB, also under the Amber Ale realm. Also, bigger umbrella, Pale Ale, so Pale Amber ESB. An English Amber. It is a year-round offering from the Black Abbey Brewing Company.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. I must apologize.
No, I've seen the Black Abbey, and then talking about themselves, they also just say Black Abbey. So here and henceforth, if we just say Black Abbey, we are talking about the Black Abbey for Black Abbey.
We're still going to mark that down for your performance review coming up, Jay. Just
Yeah, deduct it from my annual pay.
Yeah.
All our profits from Zazzle may be withheld.
Right.
So this is 4.8%, 25 IBUs. It is the craft version of a classic ESB. It's mild hop bitterness blending with biscuit malts. Uses Maris Otter and biscuit malts, actually, and East Kent Golding hops, which is a very British hops variety. I was looking at it. The can, I actually looked at the can when I researched, but I forgot to go in depth. It says, "Cheers, we raise a glass, no membership required. All are welcome here." No membership required, referring to public houses, that for the pub ale, where anybody was welcome. So that's what I was looking up. The 3 lions on a red field, that is the English royal flag or arms, but the England's national soccer club, their football team, uses the 3 lions on there. But I was looking up because I was looking up different, said three lions of England, because the one on the bottom is waving. And I've seen other variations where all of them are waving, all of them have their hands out. Their English kits have the one on the bottom with the bottom line waving. But I couldn't see why the last one was waving.
Keep going.
Keep going. Oh, let's just freestyle it, huh, Ben?
Yeah. I mean, I love the quote too.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there you go.
See, I have seen variations of it,
But all three of yours are waving, Ben.
Yeah. Traditionally, it would be on
Or
a
they're
red.
stationary, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or they're just going roar.
I guess.
Yeah, I love their
Sorry.
quote, though, how it pairs perfectly with bangers and mash, fish and chips, and long conversations with friends.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I like fish
Maybe
and chips. The
maybe
conversations with friends I can do without.
I was about to say it just knew we were going to review this thing.
Yeah.
I'm about to get along with it. That's about it for the beer.
I'm about to go long-winded. That's about it for the beer.
Yeah.
Great.
The Black Abbey Brewing Company out of Nashville, Tennessee. This is our first, I believe.
New brewery alert.
New brewery alert.
Yeah.
How about that? It was founded in 2013. Has the roots in home brewing that grew into commercial brewing, focusing on European-inspired beers. They wanted to defy the corporate mold and redefine American craft beer, inspired by Martin Luther's writing his formal dispute against the church. It was then he was inspired by his wife, Catherine von Bora. Catherine von Bora, pardon me. She brewed beer at their homestead and helped to kind of fund his ministry.
Wow.
At the time, brewing was majority female endeavor. Brewsters were women. I don't know. We could go on a whole rabbit hole dive because women got demonized as witches, but those were the brewers. They wore those hats and they had the, what we see as
The cauldron.
the brooms in the cauldron. I mean, they put on their hat to show, hey, beer's for sale. It's ready and for sale. So, but women making money and doing these crazy things. Oh no. But again, I digress. So again, it was a majority female endeavor brewing beer back in those days. The Black Abbey Brewing Company got its name from Martin Luther's Black Cloister. And in Wittenberg, Germany. It's a monastery where he lived and later returned after marrying Catherine von Bora, and reflects the Reformation era history and brewing traditions associated with Luther's household. So they go really in depth on their symbolism in the Black Abbey Brewing Company. January of 2026, Black Abbey Brewing Company was acquired by Jackalope Brewing Company out of Nashville. And Black Abbey's beers and recipes and brand identity would continue, and their tap room would remain open. So, as Black Abbey, quote, they said, the tap room was to remain open as Black Abbey winds down operations. So they were not very definite on what their future holds. They said they're going to keep the tap room open. They're still going to do their beer. They made it sound like this was a great endeavor for both Jackalope Brewing Company and the Black Abbey. And it sounded like Black Abbey got in a little trouble. Or just wanted to get out of the biz. Don't know.
Well, good thing we are reviewing this beer. We're going to jolt it right back and
we are the brewery killers.
that cash infusion that they so desperately need, apparently. Yeah. All right. So what we got? That's what we got. I mean, I love the logo and the can art on this one, which is why I got it, of course. But yeah. All right. Who has had this one other than me? Nope. All right. Jay, what do you think?
67%.
Yep.
Got to keep my numbers up.
Yeah.
Yeah. ESBs are an interesting one to me. I agree with you, Ben. The can art is cool. If you just see this portion, it's deceptive, but when you have the alliance and all of it on there, it's kind of cool. But this one, yeah, you can definitely get that malty breadiness, maybe a biscuity in here comes through. Um, it's okay to me. It's not one of my favorite types of beer, so it's going to have a ceiling for sure. Um, I've only had a handful of probably ESBs um, that I can recall. Probably the most prevalent would be Green Man's, but out of Asheville. Um, but I mean, it's a decent beer. I'd drink it again, but I'm probably just going to give it a 7.
All right, Andy.
I think it's a good quality, always on tap offering for something that I would think would be in a traditional English pub, so to say. It's more on the malty side. It says mild hop bitterness because you don't get too much of a hop bitterness. You get more of that bready malt, like you said, Jeff. And it's a good fallback for if there's something else that you're like, I don't feel like that. I'm not into that. It's good quality. It's a shame because if this were readily available, I'd probably have one or two, just stashed in the back of the fridge as an option. This is something I would buy again. Just as, if I've gone a while without having it and say, oh yeah. So it's good. I'm there with you, Jay. 7.0. It's a quality beer. That's all I got.
All right. So yeah, when I was in Nashville around the Thanksgiving time period of 25, went to a larger liquor store there, and now I'm forgetting the name
Frugal?
of it. Yeah, Frugal McDougal
Frugal
is the name
McDougal's.
of it in downtown
Yeah.
Nashville. Place that if you're in Nashville, you definitely should hit up.
Yeah, it's a
Got
great
lots
liquor
of
store and
yeah.
beer, beers carrier.
Yeah, they got a good mix. So worth the stop for sure. Definitely always on my to stop by list when I'm in the Nashville area. They had a decent amount of Black Abbey. So I think we've got one more. I think I bought another one. Didn't
I
I?
think so.
We
Yeah.
got another one.
Yeah. So we got another one coming up, but they had probably another 3 or 4 different varieties that I could have bought as well. So it's interesting to hear that, who knows what's going to happen with the brewery long term. But for this beer particularly, it's obviously I was drawn to the English pub can art and style. Definitely agree with you guys though. Biscuity malt for sure. I mean that's undeniable on this one. It has a little bit for me. I always the flavors that I get a little bit from this one, I always describe as kind of an earthy flavor as well. Um, I don't know why, but that's just what I get on some of these with these flavors. But as an ESB, I mean, I think with like you, Jay, it's not like I've had a ton of them. I think this one is good, in the mix of the ones that I've had, and I typically have liked ESBs. But it's just not a style that unfortunately, we just don't get a bunch of over here. So it's definitely one that I seek out when I can find it, but we just don't get them. But yeah, I think this one for me is it's a good one. Like you, Andy, I would grab it if it was at my local bottle shop. I'd grab a few and put in the back of the fridge. And what 4.8%? It's a good filler beer type substitute at the end of the night. Why are you shaking your head? You don't feel it? I mean, I would keg this beer as
It
well.
drinks heavier than a filler to me. It drinks heavier than a 4.8. Though it's got a very full flavor, but I could still see it being a keg beer.
Yeah,
Keg beer. I
okay.
wouldn't call it a filler beer. I mean, this is.
Yeah, see, I do my filler beers off of ABV more so than fullness and flavor.
To me, my filler beer, like you guys know, is Natural Light. I mean, and there's another one I've started drinking called Be Light. It's another one I'll have to introduce you to.
Okay. My filler beer is typically Guinness. So
Be light.
you know,
It sounds like a Pedialyte to me. Just trying
No,
to
it's a
keep
Belgian.
hydrated. The electrolyte.
that's
a
what we
Belgian.
need to come up with, the beer that hydrates you. Anyway,
That's genius.
we said it here first. We need to mark that, and
Electrolytes and alcohol.
Anyway, I digress. Would love to have this. Would love to have this in the pub shed that I'm in a lot more often. Love to have it as a keg. I think it's a 7.5 for me. I think they do a good job with it, so I'd love to get it again. That will be a 7.2 for the pub ale from Black Abbey. Definitely, if you see Black Abbey out there, you should go ahead and grab it, because, as Andy mentioned, we don't really know what's going to happen with Black Abbey.
Yeah.
I mean, they could be around for another 20 years, or they could be gone tomorrow. Such is the state of a lot of breweries, I guess, these days. But if you do see that, grab some, check it out. If you've had it, let us know what you think about it. We'd love to hear about that down in the comments or in our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server. It is a chat room. If you're not familiar with Discord, come say hey. It's nothing too scary. We got other links down below for Hopped Up Beer Review merch, Hopped Up Beer Review Patreon, and some other things. Check all of that out. And we will see you on the next one. And be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers to the notification bell. For Andy and the Attic and Jay, I'm Ben. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Black Abbey Pub Ale, Black Abbey Pub Ale. Raise it up high, let the whole room wail. Black Abbey Pub Ale, Black Abbey Pub Ale. Bit of malt on my tongue and a clean dark tail.